Looking at constraint violation, and constraint violation stems from our updated operations on relations. And this is in our section where we are comparing and going through our relational database schema and our relational database states. And this all comes from our application-based constraints. So now we are going to look at our constraint violations. We have insert, delete, and update. We've previously mentioned this in a video. It's in the playlist linked below the like button. We know that we can insert. And insert can violate these following. It can violate domain constraints, so like when we're trying to take a string, but we can only accept an integer. It can violate key constraints, so we're not allowed to use multiple keys. You could think of it as like a hash map in Java. We have constraints on null values, so we know some items cannot be null, some keys should not be null. And this is like when we have an online survey or something, and we're asked to mark in the field that has an asterisk because it is required. We have entity integrity constraints and referential integrity constraints. An example of referential integrity constraints is like, let's say we have a student and they're trying to enroll in a course at a college, however that course does not exist, so this falls into that constraint. We can reject the insertion in case of a constraint violation. So if we are not allowed to add this, we just completely reject it. That's the great way to handle it. Now we have delete. Delete can violate referential integrity. So referential integrity being up here, we can delete this right here. But our referential integrity, think about it as the actual class that the student is trying to enroll in, or the department. So let's say the department is computer science at a college. Now, if you delete this, you may delete everything under it. So it can violate the referential integrity, but we might delete a lot of things like all of the students in the department in this example. In case of violation for the delete, we can reject the deletion, attempt to cascade the deletion, or modify the referencing attribute values that cause the violation. We can set it to null. A foreign key is a part of the primary key. We can change the reference to another valid tuple, or we can specify it in the DDL. Then we have update. So we can modify neither a primary key nor a foreign key. We want to check a new value if it's in the correct domain, and update a primary key or the foreign key. If we want to update a primary key or foreign key, we would do a delete or an insert, and we can use DDL to specify how to handle the update. That's going to be it for our relational model. We've gone over a lot, relational model concepts, we've gone over attributes, we've gone over our schema-based constraints and our application-based constraints. Next, we are going to look at the section that is for database management systems, relational database designed by ER to relational mapping. So we're going to look more at the mapping and do some examples here.